when it comes to them getting into disagreements and engagements with men, and they will verbally put some lashings on you, brother, because they don't respect men. I'm just giving it to you forefront, brother, so you know what you're.
You know that anger you get when you deal with like a person that's just completely stupid? What's wrong with your brain? Like why do you not see what you are? Like, and I get there with the women, I truly do.
As a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills.
They lay you down, they spray you down, but they don't stay around.
I've never done anything remotely wrong in my life, ever.
Always gonna love me more than I'm ever gonna love you. And if a man wants to be in my life, he needs to spend his every waking hour thinking of ways on how he needs to convince me that he should even be graced by my presence.
This whole threat of women, oh, you're gonna grow old and die alone. No, we're not. That's not a threat. We have our friends. We have our sisters with us. Did you ever see the Golden Girls, my dude?
Oh my God.
That's not a cautionary tale. It's a goddamn victory lap.
Listen, don't make a scene, all right?
I want to talk to that fucking bitch.
Hey, be fucking nice. Don't fuck up in here.
You know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in how a problem bothers us, we don't see what the problem really is.
All y'all do the same shit, whether if you was some homeless shit trying to dig cigarettes out of a trash can or you live in the White House.
She's going to have issues for the rest of her life.
Emotionally daunting and hurtful when I just keep hitting a wall, you know.
The whole reason why I really didn't, pursue it because he was a good guy.
You gotta know when to say when, bitch. Our coochie cutter days are over. Forever 21 was a lie. Sit down. Stop playing with yourself.
Women have it hard, okay? Women have it hard. You have no idea what women go through every day, okay?
Let them genuinely talk. You'll see real fast, like, oh my God, this bitch is dumb as hell.
I've slept with over 200 men.
200 men?
I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up.
The reason why these men keep threatening you about being single and dying alone and you're a cat lady is because you being single is the greatest threat, especially to this modern day man. Don't fall for his nonsense talking about you gonna be a cat lady. Say thank you.
Men are inside of women's down their guys are literally into a girl's.
We'll return after these messages.
She wouldn't have to resort to online dating. If her personality was just so great and she was amazing.
She might not have told you this, but my daughters do not respect men. So I'm letting you know that now, and I'm not joking when I tell you that, brother. And they have mouths when it comes to them getting into disagreements and engagements with men, and they will verbally put some lashings on you, brother, because they don't respect men. I'm just giving it to you forefront, brother, so you know what you're going in.
I am so sick of men. I am so sick of y'all's ass.
The majority of these men are either, all, as far as I'm concerned, all of these men are either cheaters, will physically, emotionally, mentally you. They respect you. They are on the DL, bisexual, gay, whatever.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I'm damn sexy, and that's my problem.
They don't know how to make plans. They don't know how to be good communicators. They don't know what they want, and they act like children.
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women. I'm not a devil, and by no means am I a monster.
Oh Lord, I know it. If she says something intelligent, I'll give her credit for it. But I'm willing. There's gonna be some dumbass shit.
I'm going. I want my money right now.
Don't get your money. Don't worry.
The arrangement is over.
No kidding. No kidding!
I'm not just having sex with one, not two, but 3 different guys. That's right. I'm a player, but that's cool because I got it like that.
We're the leftovers, Kendra.
Who's the leftover?
We're the leftovers, and I saw it. I read an article.
Who's the we? Who's the we?
They said that anybody above the age of 30 are leftovers.
Honey, I'm not leftover or nothing. I'm a specialty. So let me tell you something. I'm trying to be kind.
This concept of I could do better, bitch, at least 85% of men who approached women were really out of the woman's league. For the only thing that kept a woman in a league was because she looked a little cute and she might suck a dick. That was it. At least 85% of men who have approached 100% of women were out of the woman's league. For real. Like on some real shit, not just, looking cute for that 5 minutes, but on some real, like on character levels, intellect levels, the man's out of her league.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
A lot of these men are sticking their eggplants down the throat of Billy's mouth.
You tell someone you're single and you look good, I'm riding around and I got a drop top for the summer, a truck for the winter, the work truck out front, and folks is looking at the outside like, why is she single? Why does she have? There's nothing wrong with being single. I'm single, sexy, happy, living and enjoying life. And when the right one comes along, by the grace of God, I'll know it and we'll move ahead from there.
Okay.
Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
Misogynist. As he said, misogyny is still real in our community.
I would say, number one, I know it's a shock to everyone, but sexism remains real and a very pertinent issue. But
Most people just don't want to deal with them because by the time a woman usually is now active in the social media world, and it's like with a direct intent, like she's focused, she is horrifically fucked up. Women who are succeeding as women very rarely are genuinely entertained, by doing shit like this. They usually try to run from the camera. Every friend and family member I know who's married with their man and they got kids and all that shit, every single one, the woman does not do social media.
Surprise!
Because those women, they can't keep up with that because they're so busy keeping up with reality and actually being a decent woman to their man. You see what I'm saying?
Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking for a $10 live stream goal to stay on 2 hours for sure. Cash App, PayPal, pinned to the top of the chat, as well as in the description. Or you could do the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. That goes for Rumble and YouTube. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, let's talk about how, in my humble opinion, and I actually asked a woman about this last night, men and women have never liked each other, even from the caveman days. We just needed each other to get by, Men like sex and women like protection and provision. That's what we like about each other. Like who we are at the core. Oh, men and women don't like each other and never have. So this gender war thing is not really new. There's always been a gender war. From the jump. Now see, here's the thing. Even though men and women have never liked each other, men have always liked women more than women like men. Because, women are very unlikable people and likely, on average, always have been. But for some reason, men do genuinely love women. And a lot of men, possibly most men, like women, even though they're very unlikable. On some level. Or what I'm saying is, I'm sticking to my main point. Men and women don't like each other. But even though we don't like each other, men still like women 10 times more than women like men. At the core. I think y'all get my drift. Let's just get into the video.
just got back from a first and last date that had the most terrible ending, and I want to tell you about it because it was so insane that I was like, I need to share this because I feel like people have gone through this, and I want to focus more on the red pill agenda mentality, the way that it is.
This is a pretty bitch right here. I'm not gonna front. She's looking kind of thick too. This is a pretty bitch. I'll give it to her. Any type of zebra print, leopard print, it's always a red flag to me. And as AD just so eloquently put it, any woman coming on social media with direct intent is horrifically fucked up. But let's be clear. If she accepted a date with him, he was an 8 off top just to get to the point of her showing up to a date for him. The entry fee, he was a certain height and a certain look off top to even get there. But let's hear what she got to say.
More on the red pill agenda mentality, the way that it is like poisoning men versus his character, because I feel like that really is what the problem was. This man, who I also have blocked on Instagram and phone number, and I didn't block him on TikTok because I was like, you know what? I'm not ashamed of how I feel. And I also feel like this could be a learning lesson for him if he's open to hearing it, and maybe he can see how wild his behavior was.
He doesn't give a fuck. I can tell you that right now. He don't give a fuck. If he has enough sex appeal or sexual marketplace value to get a woman who looks this good to show up on a date, then he don't give a fuck about your TikTok. He's not gonna see it. If he do come across it, I mean, he might look at it, but yeah, he's not taking heed to what the fuck you talking about. If I had to take a guess. I just want to stress this. I really want to stress this. I'm not trying to suck her, spank her. But like, and it doesn't even look like she got a lot of makeup on. This is just a naturally, I mean, she got a little bit of a big head, but cool. But this is a naturally beautiful woman. You gotta be him. And to even get her to show up to a date. And it's not me kissing her butt so much that she's just so drop dead gorgeous. It's just, even if a bitch is a 7, you damn near gotta be him to get her to show up on a date. And let's be real. If he was a legit nobody, if she wasn't affected by him, and if she didn't still like him on some type of level, she wouldn't have made a video about him. Women don't make videos about average Joes. See, he said some shit that offended her, and even though she blocked him and this and that, she respect him. He left with his respect. Cause he had a fucking, but he dropped his nuts and said it is what it is. Block me, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. I'm just speculating. Women respect that shit. Whether they might not want to deal with you, cool. But she's leaving and you're leaving with your respect intact. So let me dive in a little deeper. He got a better chance of still fucking compared to the nice guy who didn't it, and compared to the handsome, tall, nice guy who did and said everything she wanted to hear, and he was just being a yes man. But he tall and handsome, but he was a yes man. So this dude that she blocked, but she's still allowing him to see her on TikTok, he still got a chance to fuck if he wanted to. You got a better chance of fucking a bad bitch being a misogynist than being a good, nice, wholesome guy. I promise you that shit.
And I also feel like this could be a learning lesson for him if he's open to hearing it, and maybe he can see how wild his behavior was. I met him about a year ago at an event that we worked together. He had been pursuing me for a while, kept messaging me, asking me out, saying that he wanted to, like, you know, meet up. Finally, I was like, okay, sure. I perceived
Damn, bro. This is how you know she's a bird because he was her last option. Understand how a bird works, right? A bird is always in the streets and she's always looking for a free meal or crumbs. She's always looking for some crumbs. So when this guy, Crumbs, dries up, she's gonna go to this guy and she's gonna go to this, and that's how it works. That's why. Let me tell you about an app called.
These niggas lightweight annoying with the ad. I mean, I guess I was annoying with my ad, so I can't talk. I just put my shit at the beginning, so you could just skip past my shit. Now, he said that this dude was her last option. No, 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 no. I don't know how old she is, but it don't matter. She's a solid 8, in my opinion. I know in the comment section y'all gonna say she's a 3. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, all you niggas pull dimes. I know. Um. Oh, she's not out of any options. But see, options after 23, 24 isn't a flex anymore. Lock something down, then, bitch. If you got so many options and you're so great, lock something down.
Or wrong until she needed him. Nasty work.
Him to be younger than he was, so I was like, I don't think like age-wise he's necessarily someone I would go for, but he's super nice. You know, the couple times we worked together, he was very nice. We laughed, whatever, like we got along. So I was like, let me give him a chance. Let me not be so close-minded, because even if
Let me give him a chance. Do you hear the undertone of that? When women say, let me give a guy a chance, you ain't giving nobody a chance. You ain't gonna be nothing but a burden and a headache to his life long term. The fuck you mean give me a chance? Like you gonna be some meaningful asset to my life over the next 50 years.
You don't offer nothing here of great other than an orgasm. That's about all you offer me is an orgasm. That's it. Okay, everything else is going to be a constant headache, nightmare, walking on eggshells, whatever the fuck. Everything else is going to be that. There is no benefit that after the orgasm, there's not much benefit really to keep a one woman around too long. This concept of I could do better, bitch, at least 85% of men who approached women were really out of the woman's league. For the only thing that kept a woman in a league was because she looked a little cute and she might suck a dick. That was it. At least 85% of men who have approached 100% of women were out of the woman's league. For real. Like on some real shit, not just, you know, looking cute for that 5 minutes, but on some real, like on character levels, intellect levels, the man's out of her league.
we got along, so I was like, let me give him a chance. Let me not be so close-minded, because even if there is an age gap, maybe there could be something there. So mistakes were made. So he was like, okay, cool. I made a reservation at this place. I'll meet you there at this time. You know, we'll get drinks. It's happy hour or whatever. Get some light bites, and then we'll see, like, maybe we'll go for drinks somewhere else or whatever. And I was like, cool. We meet up. I want to say like 2 hours passed of us, like, you know, we ordered tapas. I was having like a little sangria.
Oh,
He was
no.
having his drink.
And she's a cat woman, bro. Look, fellas, if you meet a chick and she's a cat woman, she's destined to be a single woman.
Look, this woman is at least what? What do we think? Hold on, let's go back. It's not giving 24 anymore. I mean, she's over 25. Once again, I would say 28. Look, I can already tell you she's a fucking train wreck. Any woman vlogging her personal dating life is a fucking no-go for anything serious. Point blank, period. Look, this goes back to my original simplified theory. Pretty women like this aren't relationship material just off the fact that she looks like this. Not okay, let's put it like this. Women have all these options. Even fat, ugly women have all these options. I mean, I'm not saying, guys are beating down a fat, ugly woman's door, but she got at least a couple of guys here and there trying to holler. Let alone a woman potentially being a adjustable 8 or 9. Boys and men been knocking down her fucking door to date her since she was, let's just count from 14 years old. So even if she is 24, say no more. Still a whore. Look, no, seriously. Even if she is only 24, the boy's been knocking down her door since 14. And yeah, we're going to count that because millions of people married their high school sweetheart and got buried next to him. So we're not going to act like stuff in high school don't count. It definitely counts. Why the fuck can't she keep a man? She's so pretty. She's so great and this and that. Well, why the fuck would she still be single over 25, 26? So let's do that piece up. Let's do that combination. Clearly pretty, not morbidly obese. I mean, she don't got the best body, but she kind of thick. Ain't the ideal fit body or whatever, but men aren't kicking her out of bed for eating Chips Ahoy in it. Now, door been getting kicked down by every dude who saw her since 14. And let's just say she 24, 25 now. 10 years on the dating market of failure looking like this. That's the deal breaker. Instantly. After you could come up to her, hey, what's up, shorty? Whatever your game is. And you just ask, oh, how old are you? Oh, 25. Oh, 25. Oh, you single? Yeah, I'm single. The switch should flip your, oh, this bedroom fun only. I don't want nothing to do with a bitch seriously that been looking this good for a decade and still single on a dating market. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to hear the journey. I don't need to hear what she been through, what she didn't go through, what she was focusing on, what she wasn't focusing on. This is all I need to know.
I was like, cool. We meet up. I want to say like 2 hours passed of us, like, we ordered tapas. I was having like a little
Oh
sangria. He was having
no.
his drink.
And she's a cat woman, bro. Look, fellas, if you meet a chick and she's a cat woman, she's destined to be a single woman. That's why she got cats. She loved the catty energy. Sneaky, that type of shit. I'm telling you, bro, any woman that got cats, she's destined to be single. Facts.
We're having a great time, having great conversation. There were definitely some flags that were raised, but me being in my like let's be open-minded space, I was like, okay, this guy is like a nice person, and there's some ways that he thinks that I think could be detrimental to dating, but I don't think it's enough for me to like write him off. And I like his energy. He seems like a nice person. I like some of the ways that he views the world in like a very positive sense. But one thing he did say was, I don't get into conversations about religion or politics because I feel like that's iffy. And I was like, that usually means like secret MAGA or like secretly conservative or secret.
Oh my gosh. Donald Trump got these retards in a fucking chokehold. I love Donald Trump just off that shit that I just said. Just off that. The fact that he got these weak, emotional, punk ass bitches in it. Anybody who get triggered, I don't give a fuck if he's the Hler. If Hler come back, if Adolf Hler come back, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. If I gotta move around, gotta do some underground railroad to get away from him or something. Yeah, even if he was beheading, I shouldn't have said that word. But look, even if he was, making peg dispensers out of toddlers, I don't want to give anybody the power to get me this fucking pressed and obsessed over one man for what, a decade? It's been a decade. And they're just, oh my God. I never want to be this pressed about another human. I don't care how evil they are. This shit is fucking pathetic. It's a true testament to like who they are as people. They're weak, emotional, easily triggered. It's just it's sad and pathetic. We might be MAGA. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get a real fucking personality and some real intellect. Motherfuckers don't be knowing shit about politics. All they know is Orange Man bad. And I'm not defending him. He may be Satan in the flesh. But I could, even if Satan in the flesh came back, I wouldn't be this pressed about the motherfucker. I wouldn't. Don't let any human being on the planet get you in your feelings like this. Seriously. You would think Donald Trump personally deleted these people's whole family in front of their eyes with the AK. The way they pressed about this nigga. Shit is ridiculous. No, it's common etiquette for decades, you dingbat, to not talk about religion and politics. But you're not smart enough to know that.
That's iffy, and I was like, uh-oh, that usually means like secret MAGA or like secretly conservative or secretly oppressive towards women. And every woman knows this when it comes to like being on Hinge or Bumble. If a guy says like not political, he's probably has beliefs that are oppressive towards you or towards, a marginalized group of people. We get toward the end of the date, the waiter brings the check. The check sits there for like 15 minutes. And
Let's talk about this for a second. Everybody hit the like button. Well, y'all already have. Thank you. 8 people watching, 8 likes. That's what I like to see. See, they're still looking for Mr. 0.5, but now they're looking for Mr. 0.5 who's hyper liberal. And that almost, look. And really they're looking for, look, Mr. 0.5 gets you on a date. Mr. 0.01, has being Mr. 0.01 could get you in a relationship, but you got to be Mr. 0.001 for her to stay with you. Because we got to add in hyper liberal and is pro abortion and pro, trans, and pro all this fucking nonsense. On top of being tall, handsome, successful, masculine, this and that. You got to be fucking kidding me, man. These people are going to be single for the rest of their life. What are these people going to do when the Orange Man isn't in office anymore? They'll find something else to be pressed about, right? Yikes.
Minutes. And I'm in a space now because I'm older to where I don't feel uncomfortable and feel like I need to offer to pay half, because I'm like, you asked me out, you wanted to see me, it's the first date, you should be paying for it. And so the check is sitting there and the waiter comes over and he's like,
so feminist with everything else. So liberal and progressive and feminist when it comes to everything else until the check comes. She wants him to be toxically masculine when the check comes. You can't make this stuff up, folks. That's why she's going to be single forever. And she's pretty, so when the looks fade, she's gonna be super duper mentally ill.
And so the check is sitting there, and the waiter comes over, and he's like, hey, you know, should we take care of this? It's been a while, you guys gonna pay? And he gets mad awkward, and like his face gets kind of serious, and he's like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And he like goes into his pocket like slowly. The waiter walks away, and then he's like, so like, you know, like just to be transparent, like this wasn't a date necessarily. And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, I mean, like, you know, I could like pay for it, but if you want to split it, like, we could do that. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, but you know, so let me ask you, like, what's going on with your dating life? What's your dating life been like? And I was like, well, I haven't been on a date since February. It is now July.
I hope Harris runs again, cause that shit was a comedy show, bro. I really hope Harris runs again, man. That shit was fucking hilarious. She's not gonna get any type of no, she's not gonna get. It's not gonna happen. I mean, she might run, but she's not gonna become like the primary. That's not gonna fucking happen. What if Michelle ran? I don't know, man. Like they really trying to they. It's funny, man, because the liberals are so fucking desperate to get a woman on the to be the first woman president. That is their wet fucking dream. Like it don't matter. Even if we get a woman president, women are still fucking dingbats. And honestly, most intelligent people aren't gonna take women serious just because we had a female president. Just like most people don't take black people serious, even though we had a black president. That shit don't mean nothing. Shit is just symbolic. Women are still women. Black people are still black people. Like it don't do shit.
And I was like, well, I haven't been on a date since February. It is now July because I've been working on myself. I've been healing, and I'm being very intentional and very specific about what I'm looking for.
I've been working on myself and healing. AK, I'm a damaged bitch. I'm likely a ran through damaged bitch who was fucking all the toxic guys. And now I'm healed and I'm looking for a 0.5% hyper liberal man to fuck me now. Matter of fact, I got something for you guys.
When she's so fucking great, so is she such a great potential wife and all this shit? Who was she fucking when she was 22 and 23? Was she fucking the nice guys? The nice guys who don't have any kids and no this? Who was she fucking? I tell you who she was fucking. She was fucking a guy who didn't give a fuck. That's who she was fucking back then. See, she's not gonna touch on all that. We gonna leave that quiet. Put that over there somewhere. That we can focus on these evil men's now. We gonna leave that out. Now, like I said in older videos, right? Since she was fucking those guys back then, talking like William Shatner, she was fucking those guys back then. Her pussy is literally calibrated for that type of guy. So even if she gets the nice guy, her pussy is not calibrated for that shit. She's been fucked hard, rough, 6 ways from Sunday, dude. By complete asshole motherfuckers that kicked her out the next morning. Alright? I remember I fucked the bitch rough here one time. This is before I met my girl. And I fucked her rough here. And walked her out to her fucking Uber. Her makeup was all white because I was spitting on the bitch's face and licking her face and I just spitting in her mouth, spitting all over her. So her makeup was all gone. You mean to tell me she can go back to vanilla sex with a nice guy who's nice and brought me flowers? You think she's really happy with that shit? Be honest with yourself. Fuck out of here, man. See, because she knows she can pull this shit on that punk ass American bitch-made feminist crowd. She can pull that shit on them motherfuckers. She can't pull that on me. I already know what that is.
Intentional and very specific about what I'm looking for. So like I'm not, my stage of like having fun and just going out just to go out is behind me. And so like that's kind of
Yep, that just confirmed she anywhere from 27 to like 32. What she just said literally just confirmed it. Oh yeah, the party days are behind me. Looking for something serious now. Looking for something serious now. No more fuck boys. Swipe left if you're a fuck boy. No one night stands. I don't play games and all that shit. Yeah, she between 27 and 32, guaranteed.
Of where I'm at, and I haven't really been dating anybody. And he was like, okay, cool. And I was like, where, how's dating been going for you? And he goes, yeah, well, I'm starting a new job soon. I'm not really in a place to like get into anything serious. I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm not necessarily looking for a one night stand, but I'm looking for kind of that middle spot. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, but like if you want to, the next one could be a date. If you want to go out again. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, I mean, or, I could pay for this now if you want to give me some ass.
That's diabolical. I mean, I wouldn't say that on a date. That's crazy, bro. Like, I get it and we can laugh at it, manosphere, ha ha ha. But I wouldn't say no shit like that on a date. That's cringy as fuck. It really is. Like, I don't know why niggas don't just buy prostitutes. They got some high-end prostitutes that look probably like her. Well, I know they got prostitutes that look like her. You just gotta do the research and know where to find them. Just buy a prostitute, bro. This whole I'm gonna try to pay for a date and see if a bitch will fuck me because I paid for a date. Man, get the fuck out of here. That nigga's a clown. I'll give her that. That nigga's a fucking clown.
As soon as he said that, mind you, there are people near us, so they like.
Salute, man. Salute. Word.
Men are too pressed for ass. Yeah, I gotta stop. Like, cause women pick up on the fact that you're like pedestalizing pussy, and it makes them think they're worth more than they're worth. Men need to stop acting impressed for pussy. They really do, man. They really fucking up the game.
I respect it, bro. Because it's like, yo, he probably already peeped her energy. He probably peeped like, man, this chick is just trying to get a free meal up out of me, man. Because you heard her. She claims she been got his number and she left him unread the whole time for months. So it's like, what's up, man?
If she left you on red for months, you should already know you're not getting no ass. Like you don't demand that type of energy from women. Not demand it, but you don't attract that type of energy from women, bro. If you've been messaging her week after week and shit and left on red and she don't really reply, bro, she ain't trying to get you no ass on the first date. It's not that she hasn't before. She definitely has. You're not that guy. That was evidence enough that she was curving you for months. So yeah, this nigga must be retarded. You thought you was gonna go on a date and say, I mean, I could pay for the date if you give me some ass after this. You thought you could pull that on, bro? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. There are dudes who get ass without a date, and he damn near don't gotta even ask for it. He just invite her over to Netflix and chill. See, he's fucking. Are dudes this fucking retarded? Do he think? Okay, let me put it like this. That's a method of getting pussy that I am confident like never works. I mean, maybe what 0.001% of the time. Maybe it's happened twice in the history of mankind. But that is literally the most ineffective way to get some ass from a woman. To invite her out on a date and then say when the bill comes, say, "Well, I don't know. I mean, this ain't really a date. I can pay for it if you give me some ass afterwards." I wouldn't be surprised if that has never worked in the history of mankind. I mean, there's always weird exceptions or something. So I mean, I'm sure it's happened before, but bruh, hang it the fuck up, man. Just hang it the fuck up, you creep.
months. So it's like, what's up, man?
Like these tables, we're sitting on a patio. The tables are very close by. So there's a couple to our left.
Right.
There's people like back, behind him and behind me. And he said this loud enough for them to hear. And the table next to us, I don't know if they were listening to the conversation, but the guy turned over and looked at us. And in my head, I was like, that's wild to say. And that's wild to say in front of other people in like mixed company in a public space. Like literally, I will pay for this meal if you'll sleep with me. Not even trying to hide the fact that this is a transactional thing for him. And I feel like this is a thing that I have come across a couple times before, or at least one time really seriously before, where men are being coached into hiding their red pill mentality and revealing it at a moment where you're kind of a little bit invested already just to test you.
And you see, these are the guys that they want to paint as the red pill community. They'll take the worst examples possible and say, yeah, see what red pill guys do?
See how you react, because I had something similar happen back in, I want to say like March, where I was talking to a guy. We met, we were talking, laughing, whatever. We had a great time. I want to say like an hour into talking. We weren't on a date. We met in like a public space. And then when we exchanged numbers and we talked on the phone later on that night, that's when he showed his red pill mentality and did a complete 180 to where I was like, I don't even recognize the person that I'm talking to right now. And we just met. And who you're showing me is literally Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
So here's the thing, like, and this is what women, they're doing this on purpose, but some of this stuff isn't red pill. Like, I'm not talking about these guys. These guys are probably clowns, honestly. So I would agree with her on that. But the red pill is getting to a point where the red pill is just the way men think. It's not even the red pill anymore. It's just the male perspective. And even the blue pill guys, I mean, they're going to wake up to your nature. Like, red pill is just the truth. Like, they got to try to put it in a box to try to demonize it, but it's just the truth about who you are as a woman. And even the blue pill men will grow to learn it.
And who you're showing me is literally Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, who is this other person? I've definitely come across dating coaches.
Damn, bro, this is crazy. Think about how many different dates this chick done been on. And think about how many different dudes dates this bird done been on, bro. Thousands. Just to get a free meal. It's crazy.
I don't think she's looking for a free meal. And I honestly think, I mean, women do that. But I do agree that most women aren't going on dates with dudes just to get a free meal. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of women who do, and there's plenty of women who do it for the TikTok plot so they can have some TikTok content this week. But in my opinion, it's all three. It's everything at once. I can make a TikTok about it. I can get a free meal, and he is tall and handsome. So hey, it might be something. It's all three. They're not going on dates with fives. I think it's a myth that women are going on dates with guys who are 4s and 5s to get a free meal. Remember, women are spoiled for choice. So even the guys they're going on a date with just to use, he's tall and handsome too, because she's leaving that room for maybe it could be something. So it's all three, actually.
Thousands. Just to get a free meal. It's crazy.
Is where they talk about staying on top of what the red pill atmosphere is talking about and the tips and tricks and the methods they're teaching them. And I don't really want to subject myself to that because it's just going to make me angry. And I don't want to be resentful towards men more than I already am, because I know there are good men out there. So I don't want that to warp my view of men.
Your view was already warped. And let's be honest, you don't want nothing to do with those good men. I know there's good men out there and you wouldn't be attracted to them. Let's be honest. So just go ahead and go full feminist man hater. Just go full feminist man hater. Go ahead. You already cooked anyway.
men in general.
Mm-hmm.
But it is important to stay on top of these things and to be aware of them, because I feel like that's what was happening. It very much seemed like something he had been like coached into doing versus something necessarily that he was doing because he genuinely believed that it was the right thing to do.
The more see, they think they're gonna shame men out of seeing women for what they are. There is no going back once you recognize what female nature is. They're like, so all they're gonna do with all these hit pieces is just make men not talk about it. They're just gonna just not say anything about it and just peep your nature and then bounce on your ass, or fuck you and then bounce on your ass. The truth of female nature cannot be. Y'all could delete Tate channel, delete Myron channel, delete my channel. Female nature ain't going nowhere. The truth about female nature isn't going anywhere. And the more men interact with women, the more they'll see it. This can't be stopped. This movement can't be stopped.
Maybe he did, I could be wrong, but because it's been a pattern that I'm seeing where men are showing like their really good side, and it's kind of like, it seems like they're coaching them into do all the things that women want, ask her out, make the reservations, and then flip the switch on her and see how she responds. Like, if you want her to pay her, if you want her to put out,
Oh man.
then like see how she responds to that. So
Yo, these birds ain't got no shame, bro. These women are leeches, fam.
I'm Sharzat Morgan, author of The Fuck List. Check the bio.
So, who wants to buy a book from grandma called The F List? A Plex memoir. Like, because nobody cares about, in a lot of cases, nobody cares about woes unless they hoes. Or they on reality shows, bars. I mean, they know their worth. They know their worth. And obviously this doesn't apply to all of them, but most of them. They just like with sports or Olympics or whatever, they got this new movement where they're trying to get the women to not wear skimpy clothes. Nobody's going to watch that then. If they're not wearing skimpy clothes, nobody's going to watch that. That is a woman's number one go-to at all ages to get attention. Something about Plex. It's in their DNA.
Good morning. I'm Sharzat Morgan, author of The Fuck List. Check the bio of my channel for.
Imagine this being your grandma, dog, for real. Imagine this being your mother or grandma on YouTube talking about, hi, author of The Fuck List, sex memoir. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine, my brothers? Oh, I wanted to show y'all something real quick. Okay, we got a guy named Filming for Art. He says, why the F is this black guy here publicly trying to kiss up to this white chick? Why is this white chick entertaining this poop? I guess she's saying Marquette is poop. Because he's a black man. It says, "Get the F away from our women already." So, racist sentiments. But it's just funny because this video where Marquette is talking to this white girl doesn't start until 15 minutes into the video. So he's still sticking around to get all this good game. So he may be racist, but he's listening to this black man. Something entertaining about this black man y'all hearing right now, or something educational about what I'm talking about, or valuable. Let's just call it that. This racist white man finds something valuable about what I presented in this video. Because I mean, if he's new, he didn't know that this video with the black man and the white woman was coming. Like he was skipped forward to it. He sat and watched this shit, the intro and all, all the memes, and sat through this shit for 15 minutes. So yeah, my haters love me. Yeah, they love me. I just wanted to show y'all that real quick.
Good morning. I'm Sharzat Morgan, author of The Fuck List. Check the bio of my channel for more details on the book and how to get in touch with me for personal bookings. Okay, so I was recently inspired to re-examine my view on relationships. If you read my book, you will know that I was married for 25 years to the father of our children. And it was a stable marriage, nothing wrong with it, but sexually he was very avoidant. Sexually he was avoidant. And
let that simmer in your brain for a minute, folks. She was in a 25-year marriage with multiple kids. And she left her husband of 25 years because he was flexually avoidant. She broke up likely a family of 4 or 5 to go get her guts rearranged as an old woman. Just think about that for a second. Her downstairs tingles was worth sacrificing her family over, her kids' mental health and possible well-being into the future, all for downstairs tingles. Horrible people, everybody. But look, I'm not mad at them. Don't be mad at them. They're dingbats. Don't hate them. They're dingbats.
They're dingbats. Don't be mad at them. Just realize how they're fucking dingbats. Get you old. Stop trying to act like you this fragile little butterfly. You getting older and don't nobody want your old bitter ass. That's what that is what it's about. Like aging is a hard thing for women to come around to and to accept. That's a hard thing. Have you ever watched a fucking Cinderella movie where it be some old bitch and a prince come out on his horse and carriage to an old bitch and say, "Hey, here's the glass slipper. I want to take you off." She skated by the first 30 years. Didn't even have to put any effort in, right? But she's getting older now. She's older. And that's where all, you can't manipulate me. That's where all this shit. She still thinks that just because she's still getting likes, I still got it. Bitch, no, you don't. Because if you got it, you would get what you want.
sexually he was avoidant. And from the beginning, I knew it when I got married to him, but I married him anyway. As they say, relationships are more than just sex.
Well, apparently not. You broke up your family after 25 years for sex. Like, they literally will contradict themselves in the same sentence with a straight face. They will look you dead into your optic stems. They will look dead in your optic stems and tell you some dumbass shit.
You have to pay attention to the dumb shit that bitches will look you dead in the fucking face and tell you. And I'll admit, sometimes it could be difficult because yeah, they can be pretty. Or just like that woman energy can get you just like not thinking right. But you have to listen to words, dude.
Anyway, as they say, relationships are more than just sex. As many of you know who are married, your relationships will have challenges. Sexual, financial, parenting, all kinds of challenges, right? There are very few people who can say, my relationship is pure bliss. They're a challenge for us to grow. And mine gave me a lot of challenges, but also because I stayed so long, I think I just wounded myself more than I probably should have. But anyway, I wasn't able to grow in that relationship relationally, emotionally, and sexually because I was married to someone who didn't want to participate in personal growth.
I was going to come out with a book on how to leave a good man.
Huh?
I was waiting on my husband to be a bad person.
What kind of shit is that?
I stayed with the same person for 21 years, created a family, and I was married to a good man. I was married to a good guy, but we weren't good together. And being in a relationship where you're just not fulfilled, where you're not happy, but you're with a person that you know is good, and you're hearing the rest of the world talk about how hard it is, how there aren't any good men in the world, it will make you stay longer than you need to. Your soul is yearning for more.
Y'all killing me with this. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
His publicist helped calm him down.
So, ma'am, have you found that since? Have you found a man who wanted to grow and this and that, personal growth and sexually not avoidant? Have you found that in the what I'm sure is what in the 10 years you've been single at least? No, you haven't. You haven't. But you can't admit that you were wrong. Ego's too big.
Didn't want to participate in personal growth. So eventually that's why I left after 25 years. When I divorced him, I thought I would stay single for a couple years and then I would get into another relationship because I really believe that we have to be happy alone before we enter into a relationship with another person. When in a relationship and with raising our children, you know, a lot of focus is on the family unit. There's a lot of compromise, selflessness, and consideration of other people.
AKA being a decent human, and she was like, that was just weighing too much on me. I had to get the fuck out of there. Yeah, like that's not who they are. That's why I was like, it was rubbing against her demons the wrong way, because that's not who they are. She faked it for 25 years, so I'll give her credit for that. Most of the bitches can't do that. Like, oh dear Lord.
Yo, stay away from this bitch with a 10,000 foot pole. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. I gotta rewind that shit. Well, but this is why you because they dumb as fuck. They dumb as fuck.
Yeah, see, this is some other delusion. You just okay. Who in their right mind? This is severe mental illness. Stay the fuck away from this shit. If she shuts the fuck up, she can get pumped and dumped. But to actually have to talk to her and deal with her personality, and once you start hearing what they talking about, most men, then it starts to click. Wow, I don't want to be around her. Boop, and then the man's, oh, here, hold this, I'll be right back, and the man just disappeared. This is where most women fail horrifically in life. Most women have the hardest, the most difficult time just being a genuinely decent person. That is the most difficult thing for most women to do, is to genuinely be a halfway decent human being. They just don't fucking get it.
Selflessness and consideration of other people involved in that. So there is a giving up of personal freedom just by the nature of being in a relationship. You can't just do whatever you want. You have to consider the other person. And there's a lot of nourishing of children. When the children started moving away and the empty nest, it was very difficult for me emotionally. I missed them very much. And leaving my relationship was also very difficult. I had to find my way back to myself. This was a personal growth challenge. Who am I when I'm alone? Am I
Piece of shit. When women go on personal self-growing journeys, it's to grow back into the demon they really are. It's not to grow to be a better person. Like, getting away from man is growing closer to Satan. When women talk about personal growth, they're talking about personal growth closer to Satan. I think she prostituted for a little bit after she got divorced too. See? Growing closer to Satan. When women say, you know, I need to divorce this man, I need to find myself. I gave my life to my kids, my husband, I need to find myself. I need to find Satan again, is what that means.
very difficult? I had to find my way back to myself. This was a personal growth challenge. Who am I when I'm alone? Am I afraid to be alone? And I was. I was afraid to be alone. I didn't want to be alone. I really was. My heart was so wide open, and I really wanted to experience that love that I was giving
Wide
to be
open to Satan.
reciprocated to me. And I really wanted to grow sexually and emotionally, and I needed a relationship to do that. Cannot do these things on your own. On your own, the challenge is, who am I alone? Can I be happy alone? Or am I like codependent on other people? Finding our own way back to ourselves and our autonomy is a very healthy thing. That's not possible in a relationship, right? But being single can also lead people to become very introverted, become very closed off and walled off, because we're not having to consider other people. We don't have to reach out for connection. We can become very guarded and selfish and rigid. There's no one holding up a mirror to us, to our flaws, so we're not challenged to grow in a relational way. But I really, really wanted a relationship, and not having one was a cause of deep pain. I remember going to a ladies' self-improvement class about a year after I got divorced, and the teacher said, "What if you are single forever?" I was devastated. I could not fathom it. The pain was so deep. I could not fathom it. And I started working with these coaches. They charged me $17,000 for 6 months of coaching, with so much money. And they asked me, what do you want to get out of this?
I want to touch on this real quick, because you have a lot of people trying to figure out how to fix the gender war and how to bring men and women back together and how to get men and women to marry again and stuff. No, look, women, they never really wanted to be in this deal. They don't want to do it. They're not fit to. Most of them aren't fit to do it. They just they just aren't. That's why I say in order to have a functional society, we have to put women's happiness on the back burner. Women's happiness should be the least anybody is concerned about for a functional society. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. This is sick though. That's just all I'll say. We need a new deal. I don't know what that new deal is, but we need a new deal. Because most women aren't happy with functionality, and peace, and righteousness. They're happy with chaos and having something to be miserable about. That's not wife material. The female gender isn't wife material on average. Their nature isn't wife material. So we need to come up with a new arrangement.
And I started working with these coaches. They charged me $17,000 for 6 months of coaching with so much money.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I could not fathom it. The pain was so deep. I could not fathom it. And I started working with these coaches. They charged me $17,000 for 6 months of coaching with so much money. And they asked me, what do you want to get out of this? And I said, I either want to find a relationship or be relieved of the desire of having one.
Think about how sick that is. So, man, so she got divorced, let's just say at minimum, let's just say at like 45. She thought a better man was coming as a 45-year-old mother of two divorcee. They gotta be slow. That's the only explanation.
Okay? Because wanting one and not finding one was very painful for me. And as you will see, I'm 64 now. I was in my 50s when this was going on. You know, when I was in college, there were...
Well, that doesn't surprise me. So if she was in her 50s when this was going on, and she was married for 25 years, she's in her 60s now, everybody. What? So he married her likely late. So let's see, if she got married at 30, divorced at 55, that add up, don't it? Or even married at 28. It's just, yeah, man. What was she doing from 18 to 28? Or you get my drift, 16 to 26. My point is, she probably wasn't. There was probably plenty of signs she wasn't really wife material from the jump. She got more character than most women, though. She stuck in there for 25 years. Well, you know what? Let me not say that.
Not finding one was very painful for me. And as you will see, I'm 64 now. I was in my 50s when this was going on. You know, when I was in college, there were young, great guys everywhere. But later on in life, the number of great guys diminishes because most of them stay married. And people, when they get older, they become more rigid, fat, they let themselves go, issues. I just didn't find guys I was attracted to my age. And every time I saw a guy in public where I was like, wow, I like his energy. No ring, he must be single. there was always a woman that ended up coming into the restaurant or showing up in some way, or he wasn't wearing a ring.
Of course, he wouldn't. The guy you would like wouldn't like you. Of course, that's that's gonna be that's gonna be if a woman is single over 30. That's the situation. The guy she like don't like her or want to take her serious. But yeah, definitely over 40. That's gonna be damn near every woman's experience over 40. I'm not attracted to 90% of men, and that's pretty much how it's always been. Even when she was in college, she wasn't attracted to 90% of men. So now that I'm 40, I'm still not attracted to 90% of men. But now I'm old and washed up and lost all my sex appeal and just appeal, period. But I still feel entitled to Mr. Top 10 or Mr. Top 5. Never gonna happen, baby. It was never gonna happen. This is where this will be most of the women we go over. They'll be 64 still making TikToks. Or whatever the social media will be then. Space Force shorts. In year 2056 or whatever the fuck. This shit is sad. They no matter how old they look, no matter how many kids they got, no matter how much of a train wreck they are, they still feel entitled to Mr. 5% or better. No matter how many wrinkles they got, she still feel entitled to it now. She still feel entitled to 65-year-old James Bond, Mr. 0.01. But she claims to be so enlightened and growth and journeys and stuff. No, you shallow as fuck like everybody else. Imagine being 64 leading with who's the hottest guy, like who's the tallest and the hottest at 64.
Restaurant or showing up in some way, or he wasn't wearing a ring at the gym or anywhere else. So I pretty much think that these guys that are emotionally healthy, their wives don't leave them. And generally men over 60 were raised in an era where boys were not allowed to have feelings, so they're emotionally very walled off and not open and joyous and healthy, what is attractive to me. So I didn't find anyone I was attracted to. And I was still going along like, oh my God, I really want a relationship. How can I, because I really want to experience good sex. And for good sex, we have to be in our hearts. We have to be in love with the person and feel a lot of trust. And I also wanted to be able to grow relationally in ways I wasn't allowed to in my marriage. In fact, I took several courses from Terry Real. He is,
And that's why the corporate world loves single women. She wasted all these thousands of dollars on what, like, it was a scam. This is what I talk about when I say the dating space for women over 30, the dating gurus, the dating seminars, the dating apps, this and that. It's all a scam to get single women's money. That's why the corporate fucking demons love single women. Because you can prey on them. You can prey on their desperation to still look kind of young. You can prey on their desperation to try to find Mr. 0.5. If you take my course, I'll make you attractive to Mr. 0.5. No, you won't. There's nothing any dating guru can do to make this woman attractive to top 0.5% men. And that's the scam.
several courses from Terry Real. He is a therapist that specializes in helping couples on the brink of divorce. I took like 3 or 4 of his courses and I wanted to start coaching couples. I'm like, well, I don't have a relationship, but I can help you with yours. So I really, really do believe in relationships.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
What kind of shit is that? You just saying anything now, ho.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
See, here's the thing. I want to break something down. Shout out to JFF. He says they go for the same 20% of men, so the deal isn't for everyone. So that deal isn't for everyone. 80% of women for 20% of the same kind of men. They do that. Wait, what? They choose that no amount of deal is going to be equal changes daily. Let me break this down. It's actually top 5% men now. They did a study on OkCupid. Women only swipe on 5% of men. It's actually top 5%. So let's do this. But I will admit, there's an 80% of men who's just flat out invisible. That's true. You're just pretty much invisible. You got to work at it and try to become uninvisible if you want to get a woman. Okay, cool. 80% invisible. When they're ready to settle, see, I really want to break this down. Let's see, how can I do this? Here, I'll be right back.
You know that anger you get when you deal with like a person that's just completely stupid? What's wrong with your brain? Like why do you not see who you are? Like, and I get there with women, I truly do. By the time a woman usually is now active in these social media worlds, and it's like with a direct intent, like she's focused, she is horrifically fucked up. Horrifically fucked up. Women who are successful as women very rarely are genuinely entertained, by doing shit like this. They usually try to run from the camera. Every friend and family member I know who's married with a man and they got kids and all that shit, every single one, the woman does not do social media. Because those women, they can't keep up with that because they're so busy keeping up with reality and actually being a decent woman to they man. You see what I'm saying?
All right, so let's break it down. This is okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. So these guys are invisible. Invisible. These guys, hold on. These guys aren't invisible. They're good enough to kind of maybe be around sometime, like friend zone maybe or something. She need her refrigerator moved. She need help moving or something. She see them. They're not like completely invisible, but these guys, they will date top 5%ers. They'll date them, but she'll still dismiss a top 5% because his shoes didn't match his belt, right? But they'll date him. They'll date him. This guy, Mr. 0.5, can get the relationship. And this is the guy who she will actually feel like is worth appreciating and worth like staying in a relationship with. But even then, she's gonna sabotage it because she's nowhere near a top 0.01% woman. So she'll find a way to F it up. But this is the guy that gets like king treatment. And he'll cheat on her because he's top 0.01, and then she'll be heartbroken. She'll be in a relationship with you, but she won't treat you that great, and she'll sabotage it or cheat on you. So these are the numbers. Here's the real numbers. if I had to break it down. But these are the men they're basically seriously dealing with. And then you got the bottom 95%, which is a crazy statement in itself. Bottom 95%. But don't let this discourage you, fellas. Like, because look, let me just point something out. These guys are still getting in relationships too. You know what I mean? Now, how they're working out for the long term, I don't know. But yeah, the bottom 95% of men are getting in relationships with chubby chicks, ugly chicks, toxic chicks, single mothers. They pretty much get all of these guys leftovers on the right side. So it's not completely hopeless for you if you're in the left, if you're in the bottom 95%. You can still get action, get girlfriends. There's still hope. But the women who are still single over 30, they're definitely stuck in this cycle on the right, but can't lock nothing down and make nothing like ultimately work. For sure. Because let's be clear, even when the women who are dealing with guys on the right finally get fed up with it failing, dealing with guys on the right, when they settle, it's still going to be a top 20% guy. That's still top 20%. They feel like they're really selling, like really, they really giving you a chance and cutting you some slack by dealing with a top 15%er. Yeah, top 15% is when they're slumming it. All right, I'm out. I'll catch y'all later.